out the main riff from Enter Sandman by Metallica. Say you were about to learn this song. You already know the riffs, you already know how to play everything, but you just need to, keep track and make sure that you are in the right place at the right time. Not the tabs, but the arrangement of the song itself. Well, I got the answer for you. The answer is to write a song chart. And this is a really easy, practical way to arrange the sections of a song so that you know exactly what's coming up where. We're going to dive into the computer here, and I'll show you exactly what you want to do in a Google Doc, or you can just make it, on a piece of paper too. That's totally fine. All right, so first things first, we're going to be using Metallica's Enter Sandman. That's it. That's all we're writing so far. So the song first starts with this intro riff. So that's the first riff. We can just take that in right there into our chart and call that intro riff. Totally fine. So that happens, I don't know, maybe 4 times. Yeah, that's 4 times. Cool. So that happens 4 times. We're just going to put 4x, just like that. Maybe a little hyphen, something like that, so we know that it's something else. Then we have the drums and the heavy guitar comes in. Right? So we're kind of still using the intro riff quite a bit, but we are building up into kind of the main riff, actually. And build up is the perfect section name for this. We're literally going to put this as intro build up, just like that. Hey, it's me. Guess what? What you're about to hear is wrong. I'm going up to that F that should not be happening. No, that's ba-da. That's just E. Ba-da-da-da-da. That's all it is, right? No F on that build up part at all. My B. Okay, bye. Let's count it out really quick. 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here it is. 8. All right, so it happens 8 times, especially on that last one. So we have, I'm going to put here, we're going to have 4 times, 4 times, and then 8 times. All right, so 4 times, and then 4 times for the, and then an 8 times for the, as the drums are popping in, and then we have Kirk Hammett going with the, right, so that is the intro build-up. And then right there, when we get into that, what I just played is the main riff, and that's exactly what we're going to call it. We're going to call it, well, the main riff. How do you know it's the main riff? Well, this is the riff that's going to come back the most throughout the song, and this is and that is exactly true of this riff. This happens after each chorus, as well as we have a variation of that in the pre-chorus, which you're about to see. So from here, we do this main riff. Let's see, we do that maybe 4 times. So that's 3 times plus a tail. Yeah, so the main riff happens 2 times in total. And then we come right up to the verse riff. And we can say verse, riff, doesn't matter at this point. You can really just call it verse 1, whatever. Say your prayers, little one, don't forget my son, to include everyone. Okay, so that's verse 1, right? So we do that how many times? 2, 3, 4, tail. 2, 3, tail. All right, so we do that 3 times, and then the tail, just like the main riff. It's really just 2 times, kind of the same thing as the main riff. We do that, the verse 2 times, and then we go into the pre-chorus. This riff is just sort of the main riff, or actually, more accurately, the intro riff that we saw at the beginning, right? Except now we're just popping that up a half step, not a half step. We're actually popping that up a whole step now, doing it from the F sharp instead of the E. Sounds like this. Yep, that's 4 times. And from there, we just jump into the chorus, which is also starting really like leaning into this F sharp place. That's just twice. That right there, that little lick that Kirk Hammett does towards the end of the chorus, main chorus phrase, that is going to tell us that it's the very end right there. So that's a good thing. So that's really just doing it twice. And then right from the chorus, we jump right back into the verse riff. Tail. Main riff. Ooh, a little harmonic with a bend. Nasty. Nasty. So back to the main riff. Right? And I think we do this just twice as well. Yep. Yeah, okay, then the verse is kind of pretty much the exact same thing. We have kind of the exact same thing popping up again. So literally main riff, then we have verse 2, and this happens 2 times. Then we have our pre-chorus again. This also happens 2 times. Boom. And then the chorus comes in again. And I actually think this is still just 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. Now we have the solo comes in right after the second chorus. We'll put this actually as chorus 2. Sure, pre-chorus 2, whatever. And then we have the solo come in, but the solo is actually done over the main riff. So we have, let's do solo / main riff. This actually might be done 4 times instead of 2 times. Let's just listen for it for a second. So I think it's twice. I think we have the solo, so main riff happens twice, and then solo / main riff. And then we have pre-chorus riff. And I think that also happens at least twice. Let me listen for it again. Starting from the beginning of the solo. Whoop. Then we do the... Really just a solo. Then we go back to the intro riff over there. So we do the pre-chorus riff, and then we still do the solo, and we hit into the chorus riff. So we're actually doing another repetition of the whole like verse, pre-chorus, chorus thing. We do this now for the 3rd time. And we jump back into that intro riff as things are kind of quieting down. We got the toms bumping. Right, so we have the intro riff come back. And we have like the prayer coming in, right? Just read. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake. Oh, that's 8 times. Yeah, that's totally 8 times. Pray the Lord my soul to take. And then we have the pre-chorus riff come in. And this is really, really beautiful because we have the... And then right from there, we have the... Right afterwards, and we really get to hear the sense of that. It's just that, but 1 step up. So that's the intro riff. Pre-chorus riff, I believe, also happens 8 times here because we have the end of the prayer coming up, right? It's like, hush, little baby, don't say a word, and never mind your noise you heard. It's just the beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Yep, so that happens 4 times now. Back to the chorus. right? 4 times. Classic repeat of the chorus. And tonight, we're off to Never Never Land. Main riff. Hetfield boom. Doing the weird Hetfieldy things. So yeah, then main riff happens twice. Then we have the Hetfield boom. Let's do 4 times actually. 4 times. Boom at 2x. Just like that. And then right over here we have an outro riff. And what's cool about this riff is we're actually doing the same thing as the intro riff, but in reverse. Do it totally in reverse. We invert it. Super, super cool. So we just have this outro riff going on. And that happens like kind of the same thing, right? We do this that 4 times. Yeah, 4 times, 4 times. And then it kind of fades out. Now, maybe I'm messing up on one of the repetitions here, but this right here, this is how you want to do your song charts. Now that we have the actual chart done, right? I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the chart itself. So one thing you want to make sure you do is to use the exact same section title for the same actual music, the same actual riff. The only exception here is intro riff and outro riff, right? Well, I guess an outro build-up riff. Or it's not really a build-up, it's like a build-down, I guess. And that's the only thing that's different, though. The verse riffs are the same. That's just the... with the tail. Right? The main riff is always the same. The pre-chorus riff is always the same. And also the chorus riff is always the same. All use the same moniker, the same section title for all of the same music. It's just going to make things so much easier, because otherwise you're like, you have, say, like maybe this main riff now you're thinking of like as a post-chorus, right? Or a pre-verse, but it came up before that other verse. So unless you call it a pre-verse right before verse 1, you have to keep calling it a pre-verse or a post-chorus or whatever, but there's no chorus at the beginning, so blah. Use the same section title for the same music. Make sure you're consistent with that. You're not going to get confused. Now, the other thing you want to do is make sure that you build things up as you go along. Notice how we have main riff, verse 1, pre-chorus 1, chorus 1, main riff, verse 2, pre-chorus 2, chorus 2, right? Then solo main riff, solo pre-chorus riff, solo chorus riff, then intro riff again, right? And then this would be pre-chorus. This is the pre-chorus riff, but it's not the actual pre-chorus itself. So that would be different. It's not pre-chorus 3. It's just pre-chorus riff in this case. Actually, I'll just put it down like that. And then this would be chorus 3. And that's it. That's all it is, right? So I'm using not the monikers here, the numbers, to denote when the lyrics or something else is changing along with the music. Anytime the music is exactly the same, like in the main riff, it's exactly the same almost every single time. Maybe some like slight palm muting differences in the tail. That's it. It's all the same, all right? So that is how you write a song chart. And for, in this case, Enter Sandman. But you can use this exact same style, this exact same list, the same moniker, these same section titles for any song. For a song you're writing, for a song you're learning from somebody else, like I just did with Enter Sandman, it doesn't matter. You can use it, and it's a great way, especially if you're writing your own music, to keep track of where you want things to happen in your song. Especially you already remember all of the parts, you've memorized them, you know how to play them, you just need a little bit of help mapping everything out. That's exactly what this is for. Now, if you are a rock and metal guitarist and you're interested in writing your own songs and improvising and feeling super awesome and confident as you do so, I got something really, really cool cooking up for you, and I'm really, really excited about it. And I want to make sure that you are the first person to hear about it when I announce. So go ahead, down to the doobly-doo, get my 3-step song starter. That's going to get you a little bit ahead of the game once that comes out. Going to get you in this writing mind frame and how easy it really can be to just get ourselves going. Go and get that 3-step song starter down in the doobly-doo, and that will let me know that you want to know about this awesome thing I got cooking up, and that you're just like, dude, tell me, I want it. Just let me know. So this is for you. If you don't write rock or metal music and you're not a guitarist, I'm sorry, this isn't for you. You can still go get the 3-step song starter, and you might hear about what I have to say, but this is really supposed to be just for metal and rock guitarists. So if that's not you, I'm sorry to say. I got other stuff coming on for you. That's totally fine. Stick around. And rock and metal guitarists, go and get that 3-step song starter because you're going to love what I have coming up. And Metallica's Enter Sandman is one of the best, most mainstream, fantastic. It's like such a good song, such good songwriting. And there's a reason for that. And if you want to learn how to write your very own riff, just like Enter Sandman, you should check out the video that's popping up on your screen where we re-engineer the main riff to make it our own. Thanks so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. I'm Avi. Don't forget to be awesome.